Islam is meant to be very simple, minimal, complication-free, and easy to follow, free from any hardship based on the verses such as 5, 6, and 2278. However, the expert jurisprudence make it complex and difficult.
A claim by such a person indicates his unawareness of the depth of expertise and the holistic intellectual methodology required to derive the laws from the Quran and Hadith, observed throughout Islamic history. The following examples indicate that some religious obligations are, by nature, associated with difficulty and hardship, such as the obligation to strive on the path of God, jihad. The words of the Quran obligate such hardships and offer rewards for bearing them. As in verse 2:155, it also indicates that it is a trial and test of God through fear, hunger, and a loss of wealth, lives, and fruits. Further, the words of the verse 9:120 indicate sacrifice, thirst, fatigue, and hunger. Many verses illustrate the physical and mental challenges involved, contrary to the theme of the easiness in religion. Obligates sacrificing wealth and soul, which could lead to death, which is against the principles of easiness of religion, and condemns and warns those who fall behind, providing false excuses, as noted in verse 981 and 9117. Similarly, the verse of Hajj 397 about the pilgrimage to Mecca obligates it to someone capable financially and physically because it is associated with unbearable hardship for many. A third example of the rules associated with hardship is the complex rules of the monthly period for a woman, due to its biological complexity and variances despite being a widespread natural phenomena. There are only two verses, 65:4 to 222, without any detailed rules regarding the purification from various types of blood discharge in different women. Not knowing the details of such responsibility by itself creates a serious difficulty and hardship for an unaware Muslim woman who wants to know her responsibility. The details are derived from about 300 hadith found in the second volume of Wasa'il al-Shia from page 271 to 396. Precisely from the hadith number 2128 to 2450. Hence, a pious jurisprudent who is highly expert in interpreting the Quran and Hadith using a holistic intellectual methodology simplifies the content of such a massive amount of text in about 20 pages, as in Minhaj of Sayyid Sistani. The Quran indicates that religion is meant to be easy to implement and free from hardship. However, it also mentions certain obligations that are associated with hardship, perhaps a challenging test. Nevertheless, if it is unbearable in some instances, the Quran exempts a human from such obligations. These three concepts can be observed in the verses of the Quran and Hadith. God tests the humans in this world, as in verse 29:2 and 67:2, which serves the whole purpose of human beings on earth. If everything was easy, then where is the test of God? Hence, God tests us with a few complex rules associated with hardship to distinguish the righteous from the disobedient. The verse 2:233, 2:286, 6:152, 7:42, 23:62 indicate that even the difficult religious responsibilities are within human capacity limits. In some difficult obligations, God makes alternative responsibilities to reduce the hardship, as in verses of tayammum instead of wudu 5:6 and the exemption in fasting 2:185. Moreover, even if the rules seem complex and challenging, adaptation can make them easily performable, like a cardiothoracic or neurosurgeon, who could initially face severe difficulty performing the most complicated surgery. The hardship is eliminated once adapted to it by repeatedly performing it. Therefore, the rules of the monthly period, hijab, controlling sexual lust, and other rules seem to be complex and challenging. However, they are in the capacity of humans. In addition, they become easy to implement by adaptation.